Hi there folks, good afternoon from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Let me do some reviews for you today. I have 4 fragrance reviews. Last night I did, I think 3 or 4 perfumes. So yeah, I'm covering 4 more. So first fragrance I have is a Powerhouse from 80s, okay. This fragrance I saw in some forums and on Fragrantica, reviews as well as certain reviews. People actually speak very highly of these fragrances, those who love fragrance house like Bogart, Ted Lapidus. If you like basically houses like Oscar de la Renta, a little bit like a masculine, spicy, smoky perfumes for good performance and stuff on good budget, this is a kind of fragrance I would look at. So today we have this fragrance, Jacomo de Jacomo. Jacomo de Jacomo by Jacomo, I think that's the name. It's from house of Paris. It's a French fragrance house. And these fragrances, nobody talks about it that much, mainstream reviewers. I thought I cover mostly many Powerhouse fragrances, affordable, different type of perfumes. So I thought I pick it up. There's another one called Bora Bora. I think there's another one called Mambo. These fragrances are within my sight. I perhaps will buy in future and review them for you. This is actually standard 100 ml, and this actually is release of 1980 as far as I remember, and it was like the year before I was born. So this is before my time, right? Or you can say from my era. Obviously, this is not the vintage bottle. This is a more modern bottle. The old bottle look different. It was writing was here or something. It looked different. So bottle looks like that. Not a straight cut bottle like Bogart, but it looks a lot like those. It's like a nice glass bottle, like a matte finish. And you can put the light. I think you can see the juice inside. I don't know. I haven't tried. But maybe you put LED, you can see. So simplistic looking bottle. The name is here, Jacomo de Jacomo. And up there, their initials. I never covered anything from this house. So I have it on my hand. The cap, it's okay, plastic. Atomizer looks like that. It reminds me a little of Paco Rabanne's Paco by Paco Rabanne. That was a cylindrical bottle. This is more like this kind of bottle. So sprayer is okay. Sprayer is good. I'm not going to go more heavy on that because this fragrance is kind of on the heavier, spicier side. So this perfume, first of all, it's sort of like a night out fragrance, kind of like winter heavy, colder months perfume. You can definitely, right from the beginning, you can see this is one of those powerhouses. What I mean by powerhouse, very strong, very much like spicy, lot of spice affair, and there's a complex note breakdown. I cannot remember everything, so I opened Fragrantica. So it reads cloves, oak moss, patchouli, cinnamon, basil, lavender, musk, Brazilian rosewood, rosemary, cardamom. That's just half of it. Cumin, geranium, sage, amber, cedar, galbanum, cypress, iris, cyclamen. Still I can see with my new specs. Lime and grapefruit. So this is not like a top and base note. They are just all mashed together. So this kind of fragrance, the price on these are not very expensive. These are like $25 in Bangladesh. I think that's the price range. But overseas perhaps cheaper or more pricey. I don't know. So this is on the affordable side, 100 ml. Longevity, first of all, I mentioned the season is winter and colder months, nighttime, but longevity on this is very, very impressive. You perhaps the projection, it's 1 to 2 hours. Longevity is around 6 to 7. Okay, on the clothes, especially on the skin, 5 to 6 in Bangladesh because high heat and humidity. So in winter months, I think it will serve you, if it's clear, clean environment, less humidity, this will give you 6-7 hours continuously. So I was talking about the complexity. The complexity of this fragrance is very complex. It's like kind of like fragrance like Chanel Antheas. I can name a lot. I have reviewed many powerhouses. Some of the Jacques Bogart perhaps. So Ted Lapidus, Kuros, those kind of family this belongs to. But mostly the 2 notes that stood out to my nose, I get a very beautiful combination of that cloves and cinnamon. These two, it reminds me kind of like Chanel's Antheas mixes Egoist sort of, and also Mancera's Black to Black, or yeah, Black to Black. That had very nice heavy cloves and this hint of citrus up top I get, but it's very nicely blended with the spices. So right from the word go, you're gonna get that spicy opening. And you can definitely tell this one reminds me kind of, for some reason, the dentist appointment. And you can say it's a bit scary experience. Think of like fragrance like John Varvatos Dark Rebel, but much more scary. It's a masculine fragrance. I think 40 plus men, they are gonna really appreciate it. If you like Paco Rabanne Purom, if you like this Old Spice, if you like those splash, like aftershave, this is a masculine man fragrance, and there's no two way about it. It's a very, very love it or hate it kind of fragrance. Modern day, if you are a fan of citrusy, aquatic, fresh, this fragrance may shock you. Okay, so I would not recommend this as a blind buy. Oh, this is affordable, go and buy it. No such thing. But if you ever had your eye on this one, I'm going to try to let you know. So I think I get something like nutmeg, a lot of spices in this, heavy spice that follows by some smoke. And I also feel presence of leather and oak moss, but not really that green. It has a fougere vibe. It has that floral that's mentioned, I think carnation. So it's a very complex fragrance, geranium. You smell every now and then, if you can imagine. But you can pick up one or two notes particularly. They're all mashed together very complex and nicely in this. So this fragrance would be really good, let's say for a father figure, or if you want to give something to someone elder, masculine gentlemen who do not like childish stuff like Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel. They want something more serious. They like to wear something like Azaros Purom or something like it. Man, my eyes. And then I'm actually using some sort of eye drop just to keep it normal, because the new power is taking some time to adjust. I think it will take a week. So anyway, I was coming back to the topic. This fragrance is for people who like it rugged, let's say someone who likes Fahrenheit. This would be a step up from Fahrenheit, because Fahrenheit is very lovey and dovey compared to this. This perfume, I was talking about dentist appointment. I think they use some sort of the medication, that they have that. It's not in a positive most manner, but they have some medication when you sort of like bleeding in the gum and stuff. They put that, or they try to, they have some of those very dark color medication. I have seen them in doctors. They put the cotton bud and then it becomes yellowish. This reminds me of that. So not the most pleasant description. Definitely some of you will be scared. Yeah, but once you get past that opening, think of Gucci Guilty Absolute. You went past that. The dry down is very enjoyable. This is very enjoyable on the dry down. So definitely wear this in colder months. That's the time to enjoy this. And I feel it will actually pick up compliments from crowd of mature people. If you go to a bar, imagine Western movie, and there's like a bar, there are a lot of cowboys there, and then people are like kind of like smoking cigars, raw, the tobacco leaf. I'm not promoting those things, but it goes with that affair, like a lot of leather saddles around, leather belt, boots, cowboy hats and stuff like that. So this one goes nicely with it. I can imagine a cowboy at midnight cowboy, right? There's a movie. It's a classic, by the way. So I think Jacomo de Jacomo, it's one interesting fragrance. If you are a fragrance of lover of dark fragrance, like Ted Lapidus, there's a fragrance called Dark Soul, or I forgot the name, Black Soul Imperial or Dark Soul Imperial. Those fragrances. This is that. But if you're actually mostly fan of spices, this is a spicy affair. Think of Kenzo Jungle, another spicy fragrance. Very interesting perfume, very masculine, a little bit dated, I would say, for this current moment. If you smell this, it will actually smell like a 50-year or 100-year-old hotel. Okay, that's the hotel. You're gonna get you the smell from the interior of the old furnitures, that old carpet. This is that fragrance. I absolutely like it. This is what I'm gonna say. I absolutely love it. The dry down especially is so masculine, and I think the dry down is the magical part of this fragrance, and the spices. So the other stuff like cumin, sage, amber, I do not pick up much from that, but the woody, oak moss, lavender, spices, citrus, and the floral of carnation, that's what I get from this. Very complex fragrance, must or worth. It's a must check out or worth the checking out fragrance. Overall, the quality of this perfume, I'm giving this 8.5 out of 10. This is actually try before you buy. Do not blind buy this. Thank you very much for watching. Time to move on to the second review. Take care.